So yes, like this thing about constructs is, or this thing about perfection, sorry, we really got taught backwards. We were conditioned to believe that once we reach this certain destination, this goal, then we'll be qualified, we'll be enough to do whatever we want to do. It's like some finish line that we say, in order to be happy, in order to live my life, I gotta do this. In order to be influential, in order to be heard or valued, I gotta do this. I gotta reach this. And that's a trick. It's backwards. It's bringing people along the journey. That's where the real value is. Being your authentic self along the journey to your goal or your destination. That's the beauty. And oftentimes we give up that value of bringing people along the journey because we want to wait until we're perfect to come back and say, okay, here's where I was and here's where I am now. And I understand that, right? You don't want to listen to someone that hasn't accomplished anything. I understand that viewpoint. But I also want to interject and say, if you're looking at someone as like the end all be all, an idol for your journey, you're already in the wrong space. For example, if I get to some place and I say, okay, I feel good enough now to go back and teach others, I'm not going to be able to resonate with everybody because of where I am now. Someone who may be just starting out, let's say I work out, I'm a bodybuilder, whatever. Someone who's just starting out, a high school kid, who's going to resonate more? Another high school kid that's documenting their journey, or an Olympic athlete? It's all about relatability, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the theme of this video, is the relatableness of being. When we feel we have to get to some goal, get to some destination, get to some outcome before we can impact, we're robbing others and ourselves of the journey to be influential or to impact. It is the journey that is impactful, not the destination. The journey holds more value than the destination. The destination is a byproduct. I talked to my therapist and we use the analogy of traveling, putting a destination to the GPS. It's what you learn along the travel that is valuable, not getting to the place. Once you get there, it's like finally, whoo. But what did you learn by getting there? What you learned along the journey. That's the value. The journey is the value. The the value is the journey. So I know you're not where you want to be. Neither is 100% of other people. But you're still beautiful. You're still valuable. You're just where you should be. And it's beautiful. Don't look down on it. Don't shun it until you get to some goal. It's beautiful right now. And if you want, bring people along. Because you'll be more relatable now than you will once you get to your destination. Because what you're going to share is what you're learning here and now. So let's drop the old programming of what they gave us before we could make a choice, make a decision, saying, hey, you got to be perfect before you can be impactful. First of all, there's no such thing as perfection in our eyes. Well, there is perfection in just being who you are and your authentic self right here and right now. without thoughts, without the influence, without the constructs, right here, right now, blank mind, you're perfect. And if you want to go a step even further, you're imperfectly perfect. You're imperfect enough to be perfect to me. I'll give you a secret. Nobody wants another person that's perfect. Where's the fun in that? It's like a robot. Where's the soul? Where's the spirit? We gotta be careful what we ask for. I was listening to this video, Dr. Miles Monroe, and he said the perfect woman that you have in your mind, she don't exist. She doesn't exist. Because for a man, God's gonna give you a woman as a project, and then you guide her, you lead her into the image of the woman you have in your head. It's beautiful. Everything's about the journey. So now that we know better, let's do better. Be happy right here, right now. Don't prolong your happiness any longer. Don't prolong your value. Don't prolong who you deep down know you ought to be to get to some destination of perfection. You're perfect right now. So start right now. Thank you for listening. Stay imageless.